Good morning, traders. Are you guys ready to get back to the trading action? It's a lot going on right now. The market just took a big step down. A lot of this on the CPI. Now let's find out, how do we make money? Let's get into it. Live trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, please do us a favor, team. I'm sorry about no redirect from pre-market prep. That's on me. I was too lost in the sauce of the CPI data. But I will ask for the favor. If you guys can do me the favor, just hit the like button to get us started. And we're going to go ahead and do our best to get you ready for the market open. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on the guys. We got Ryan Faloona from, of course, none other than Detroit. My man is at the office. You guys can see the ice cream. He's ready to lick it clean on this market.
I don't know about all that, but
no, I mean, if you want to lick that neon sign, I mean, I'm good with that. And as of course you get embarrassed.
Oh, look at that! Look, the camera. The camera rug pulled him.
I was trying to fix the camera because it looks like it's blurry.
Right? It does look.
I thought you looked great. I thought you looked great.
Come on.
That's nice of you, Zunaid.
There you go. He's back.
I'm back here, but
I don't know. We got to get that camera fixed a little bit. We need a better one in there. I think that's what
this is a great camera. It's not the equipment that I'm used to.
Well,
Voodoo, I did not get your email real quick. I did not get your email.
Let's get right to the market, I guess. You know, a lot going on right now. The CPI data coming out, and now we're going to have to go ahead and find out, how do we trade this market today? A lot of downside action already hitting the tape. Pretty much everything I see in the red. I don't see much into the green. Maybe you guys can find something. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the market. What are you looking at with the clean fade, my man Zunaid?
What is up? Yeah, for me, the only one that the main one that I'm kind of paying attention to is SPY, and that's because of the 350 level that it has already cracked. Matter of fact, I've already got a starter position at the 350 short, so I'm going to look to add it along the way. But since it's only like 10% of my size, I'm going to look to see if I can add some along the way of around 353 and all the way to 356. Yes, that's the biggest risk off I have ever taken, really, but which is why it's a very, very small position. Because I'm a degenerate, and 350 is a whole number, and so I had to get involved with it. But we'll see, what I actually end up adding and things like that on the put side. But that's what I've got on the SPY. You can see we've already broken that 356 level, right? I mean, look, going back to the past 3 days, support, 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 and then we finally cracked through today. I am hoping that we can go ahead and get back to this 356, test it, have it get the middle finger, and then we just come right back down. That is what I am hoping for. So that being said, we're going to set an alert right there. And, if it wants to come back up and reject off of that, I will absolutely be pretty heavy into the position with, a risk off of around maybe 358 or so. And then we'll start taking profits around 353, 351s, and so on and so forth, and leave a little bit for the dream, I think is what I heard on someone else say. Let me go ahead and check out something else here. On the Qs, the 350 level will be something key to watch for it to bounce there. So I'm going to kind of set an alert. Actually, let's set that alert a little bit higher just so we can be prepped in case it ever does want to come into that. Yes, save, please. Thank you. Same kind of story, right? You had 261 kind of bounce, support. Never got to test it here yesterday. And obviously, we go ahead and crack below. But I do expect that 250 level to be bouncing. But to be a spot of support just for a little bit at least. And we talked yesterday about a couple of stocks that we can see in the 200s and 50s. This one was in the 200s. And this is Tesla here. Would not be surprised if this wanted to maybe go ahead and test back the 215 or 212. It looks like that's the level that we can keep an eye on. I'm going to go ahead and move this puppy right there. And then I'm going to move this right over there. There we go. Would not be surprised if this wants to maybe test 212 or whatever the case may be. I don't really have a good read in terms of where exactly I want to go short like I do in the other places. Reading these chat comments is funny. By the way, Shelly missed you yesterday. I hope you know that. And then you've got, you. She never misses me. It's always you.
Okay.
Well, and the cat. Buddy, old pal.
Well, I miss Buddy too, for what it's worth. I miss Buddy too, since I'm in Detroit here. But I missed you too, Shelly. Good to see you here this morning. And thanks for all the tips on the camera. I did try to get that boom arm out of the way.
Nice. You've got 200 that I would not be surprised approaches, and that's where we can try to play a little bit of a bounce off. And on AMB, whether it's today, tomorrow, or sometime next week, $50 is the level to kind of keep an eye on. I'm surprised I don't have an alert there, but now I do. $50 in the area to keep an eye on. You can see 56 for support. We'll see what happens around there. For me, I'm just looking at bounce spots for scalps. And the only rejection spot that I've found so far that I really like is on SPY. And that's the 356 area. So we'll see what happens. I honestly don't have the best read on this market simply because the levels have been cracked. And now I don't know where my best risk reward is. So right off the gate, I don't see me taking any trades because I don't know where to go. I don't know how volatile the market will be. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to kind of take it easy, if you will, in the first few minutes. Coinbase, this was the best short I've had all year long. And just continuously look at this. I mean, I got a chance to scalp this puppy in the afternoon session, just never got over the 750. So just continuously scalping it here. But I will say I never got the flush I wanted. So I would let's just say for easy math, grab 500 shares, take 300 off at the VWAP, wait for a flush, never got it. Add again, VWAP, add again, VWAP. So just a scalping the whole time. But we'll see if Coinbase sets up again for us, but I don't see it coming back to 70 today for the rejection. But one man can dream and hope there. You've got Netflix coming. Now, Netflix hasn't actually dropped compared to the rest of the market. You can see it's barely below the yesterday's low. Obviously, it's still low compared to where it was, 222 on the pre-market, and now it's 212. But compared to yesterday's low, it's kind of barely sneaking in. So Netflix might be one to kind of keep an eye if it goes ahead and makes new lows. DocuSign, I think, went ahead and make 52-week lows the other day. I'm sure that one's going to continue making 52-week lows. So if this one ends up being weak, it'll be something that we can go ahead and keep an eye on. And then Nvidia is one where you can go ahead. Did we have Nvidia short yesterday? I can't remember. I think we did. Yeah, we did. That's right. Because Mitch went long. Don't mess with me, Mitch. I see you in the background. And so $100 is what I've got set as a bounce spot. We'll see if that happens or not. If not, 114. That could be an area of resistance since it was an area of support early on. But I need your small cap insight, my man. What do you have for us?
All right. Well, I was waiting for you to finish your rant there. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So I was able to find a couple of things that are green. First thing, obviously, we had the CPI print today. Definitely be careful today. I don't necessarily think it's a given that we bounce here from today. And I saw someone earlier in the chat say it might be a slow grind up. Good morning, Judge. Nice to see you again. So just kind of be careful, Zunaid. I like your idea of reducing size, kind of keeping it back, kind of keeping it low. Be nimble today. Be sure that whatever you take, you can get out of if you have to. We're going to do our best here with some of these small cap stocks where we were able to find some green out there. First of all, let's just start with FNHC. This is one of the penny stocks. This is actually given multiple moves here. So if you've been trading the penny stocks or these penny stocks, you've been able to hit this. This traded right back up to where we were on October 11th. So that's Thursday, that's Tuesday. So not a coincidence here. We'll see if this can get some more juice. I'm not going to play that though. Lassie, we played this one recently. We also did an exclusive story here this morning. So Lassie's gapping up here in the pre-market. We want to see if these gaps hold or if just everything gets sold. So kind of like what Zunaid said, I wouldn't necessarily be trying to buy things right out of the gate. Wait for them to settle. Wait for it to find some footing before you end up buying them. Laser Photonics, really cool company name, by the way. Shares are trading higher if the company announced Coca-Cola Company recently completed the implementation of its first clean tech handheld laser blasting system in its manufacturing facilities. A lot of cool buzzwords there. I mean, laser blasting system sounds like a potential Christmas wish list item. It just sounds pretty sweet. So anyway, this is up here today. Exclusive story by us. Definitely going to be watching this. Looks like it's doing a fairly decent job holding this 4 level here in the pre-market. Love to see it kind of have some expanding volume and move up towards those highs. That give us a pretty clean trade. CRKN, this is another penny stock that was called out by one of our chatters a couple of days ago. This looks like this is getting some more action here in the pre-market. Notice that it did trade up to that 44-cent level, which is right where it was on October 10th. So right into that range, immediately rejected. We'll see if that gets rolling here. W Key, we've actually traded this one recently as well, right? So W Key carving out a nice range here in the pre-market. We do have a catalyst here. Shares are trading higher. The company announced it signed a partnership agreement with the Swiss Armed Forces to cooperate in the development of space-related activities using WiseSat and FOSSA low orbit pico satellite technology. I don't know what that means. So if you do, please share it with us. But that catalyst here seems to be moving us up. We've leaked back some of these gains here, so this is definitely a candidate that you need to make sure that it actually kind of holds in there. We're definitely going to be taking a look at the ETFs for both the short and the long side, depending on if we continue to make new lows here in the market. So XPSX, XOXS, this is the semiconductor. We've traded these here before. These are going to be liquid, and these are going to be pretty good today. We might be able to find some spots here. Zunaid, I know you like to trade the SPY. You like to trade options. I really like these in terms of actually just scalping the shares or trying to get in for a run. So we're going to keep our eyes on all of those as well. And I think there was one more here, right? It was MMAT. MMAT up about 10% here. So it looks like we're trying. We got as high as 132. I don't know if I trust this one though. This is going to need quite a bit of volume in order to get going. Rekka, you're looking for TMNT. No, I think that you were saying something else there, not a ticker. Okay, so that's all I got. I definitely am going to wait to see how the market behaves here. I'm not going to necessarily rush out to buy anything. The one thing I will say about the short side is that I don't, we might continue lower here, but I don't necessarily know that this is an opportune time to enter a short. We'll see if we end up bouncing and we can play the regression to the mean on that. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting day out there. One thing that I will say, like I said at the top here, just be very, very careful with your sizing, right? Don't try to be a hero today. This is the type of day that ends up knocking people out.
All right, man. Should be a lot of fun. Like slow grind up.
Fun. Yeah, should be.
Is it going to be a straight little dumpity dump continuation? I guess we will see. Let me go back here and just take a look at where are we at? Yeah, so my shorts in the money by almost 2 points. I've got a feeling we're gonna kind of come back up, right? Let the algos and the folks start buying it up. But let's go to take a look at stock in the chat here. Did we end up having? Was this exclusive? Can you check?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
It was.
Okay.
That was on the list.
Gotcha. Yeah. What level did you like here? Just so I can mark it here.
Sorry, I started doing something else, Junaid.
That's okay. I know you're a busy man.
Let's see. My key levels, obviously, for the round number, that goes without saying, but 437 to the upside, going to be a key level there. 395 to the downside. And if we really get back into that gap, if you will, 329. 329. So I've got 329, 395, and 437. I'd be looking at 4 as kind of a pivot number.
Yeah. Awesome. So we'll keep an eye on those. Yeah, I'm ready for this market to kind of get going because I am locked in. I've had a nice little, actually, I had some weird dreams that I'd rather not talk about, but okay. I did have my, okay, I kid you not, this is a real text, okay? And especially since Mitch isn't here to go through his stocks. I got a text from one of my exes from when I was like 14, 15, okay? And then she said, I had the strangest dream about you. I was like, what was the dream? And she said, I was out at a grocery store shopping and you were trying to sell me cheese. I asked her if she bought the cheese. She said no, she didn't trust the cheese. So that's how my morning started. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I'm sharing this.
I'm trying to figure it out, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, she's a lovely individual. It was just a funny conversation I had this morning. The minute I woke up, saw the alarm, hit the snooze, and then I got that text, and I was like, "What just happened?" Anyway, Tesla, you can see it bouncing a little bit. I'm sure the market itself is going to try to bounce. That's the only thing. Like if I had FU money, I would love to try to just buy shares right now on SPY and just see if it'll rip to 351, and the stop loss would be 358. But I don't have the FU money. I only have, my money.
Regular Zunaid money?
Yeah. Which, I mean, look, you see the vacuum, right? I mean, I love the vacuum there. I feel like the vacuum and the sheep. Oh no, where's the sheep? I don't know where the sheep went. But anyway, any other stocks you guys want us to take a look at? Let us know in the chat, and we can check them out there. Matter of fact, did we already go over Coinbase? We did go over. Oh, we have not gone over Meta. Meta obviously taking a little bit of a hit. I wonder how Twitter responds to something like this. To 123 level looks to be interesting here. Ooh, I've got a little crayon drawing. Let's see what that's all about. Cool. Now I'm home alone here as my trading view freezes for a moment. Coming back up. All right. Ooh, if it breaks this channel, chat, do you think we just continue the nosedive? What are y'all thoughts? I am no technical analysis expert.
I would imagine if you break beneath that, you would continue lower. Yes.
Now, how would we measure the move to the downside? We measure it from like here, and then add it here. Is that how kids do it? Kids, adults, people, whatever.
I was gonna say, I don't have an answer for you there.
But we do
They're
have
not called kids.
Sorry, Mitch. Didn't mean to call you a kid, but it's nice for you to show back up.
Whoa.
They're called technicians.
Well,
they have years of experience, Zunaid.
Tell me how I should measure this.
Well, the technician, you were actually right.
Thank you.
One thing you could do also is you can use what's called the Fibonacci projection tool. That might be a little too complex for you, though.
Yeah. What are we talking? What are we doing? We're doing a high from here to the low of here. Is that what we're doing?
So yeah, you do the very similar move that you just did, right? You're measuring the flag, right? But there's also like a fib projection tool that you can be using. But another way is just measuring the flag, not making it complicated, right? That's around 59 points, right? And then so really, I think, at least in my eyes, this daily chart kind of cracked more at the 150s versus the break that you're seeing now. So I feel like you already started this move. Now, how much further can you go? Well, that's the measurement of the flag, right? And so you're looking at 60 points probably on the downside from that 150. And so you could be looking at like a 110 area today. That's what I would be watching for. But like always, these are measurements. They're not exact. And it's just a way of measuring some kind of target. Another way of measuring the targets are using monthly lows and highs. So what's the next monthly low and high that's going to come into play? Well, I'd be watching the support around the 115s. And so that's the next play. The target for today could be like that 115.
I got you there. We got about less than 2 minutes there for the markets open. If you want to share your charts and go over some stuff, feel free to.
Yeah.
I know you've got family over as well. It's always fun. We're just having fun, Chad. Do not report any of us to HR. But you talked about stocks that could be green. It's Domino's that's green, as I believe they had earnings this morning.
You got it. I'll throw the numbers up at the bottom here, and you can just talk about what you're seeing.
Look at that. We are in harmony here this morning. Yeah, Domino's $300 area. Oh, man, what a bounce here. I keep missing it. Man, I need to set up, Ryan, we got to set up a...
fire alarm time. Let's go.
You got a fire alarm near you?
No, you have to set up your fire alarm alert.
Your little
so that when Domino's goes
bro. Oh, are you serious? You know what? Here.
Over your head?
You know what, chat? Play with me. We're about to ding it up this morning.
We about to ding it
Boom.
up.
There's one already. Talk to me.
There we go.
Let me delete these before I get fired.
Quantum had a question here. Do you measure the flag lengthwise of the width? And so what you're doing is you're doing top to bottom. So I would be considering that the length. Now, when you measure the width, it could give you what's called more cycles of the stock. So now you're talking more harmonics. These are a little bit more complex terms when you're really getting into technicals. But if you measured the width, you'd be looking at more the harmonics, the cycle. How's the cycle going? Is there a dominant cycle? Is there kind of a secondary cycle? A lot of the times you have about two. You have a dominant and a secondary cycle. Now you need to be looking into this a little bit further. And that's why I do the CMT, to do kind of looking into these kind of technical outlooks. But I will tell you, in the harmonics, it's truly confusing. So keep it simple. Just measure the flag is what I would say. And then if you get more complex, you can look more into the fibs and cycles and how that plays in. All right. Today, of course, the CPI, I don't know if you actually gave the numbers. I know that you guys probably have mentioned it already, but I'll at least give the numbers. It came in, of course, at 8.2 versus 8.1 expected. And month over month came in at 0.4 versus 0.2 expected. Now, the question is, have we gone far down enough that we're not going to continue leaking? And it's hard because I can tell you right now that 350 seemed like a level that I was looking for. I've mentioned this number for a very long time now. But the question is, today, do we just wipe out some bulls?
Here goes
I think
Lassie.
today's that day.
Here goes Lassie. I'm going to take a little bit here.
Oh, I like it.
On this pullback.
I like it.
Okay, I took a little at 417. I'm going to have a little bit wider stop here. I'm going to stop out below 4. So I'm going to take a look at, let's see, stop. Let's make the stop about 396. Okay, and let's see if we can push higher here. Again, given today, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with my size. So watching Lassie here, would love for this to kind of push, take out the high, and then challenge those pre-market highs that we talked about. What do I think I had it?
It's LASE, right?
LASE. Lima
right.
Alpha Sandy Echo.
All right, TradingView was tripping for a second there. All right, I'm in with you here. My stop loss is going to be the crack of 396 for me. And let's see if we can take some profits. And for my position, around 4.
Boom, there we
Starter
go. So
short Starbucks.
Nice.
By the way, that little battle that we were watching at 413 right there, a whole bunch of sellers, they ended up taking them out. You know, one of the things is these small cap penny plays. I saw Becca chatting about Kraken again, release the Kraken. These might be the stocks that are in play today, given what's going on with the broader market and some of the larger caps. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take this trade here. I don't know that it'll work, but maybe some of these smaller cap names will give us more tradable opportunities. We shall see.
All right, I got short on Starbucks there at 84.96, now down towards 84.78. We're going to go ahead and take a quick profit into this move. I want to see the offer come down a little bit here. 71 is an interesting area to take profit. That's why I saw 75. Maybe should have taken that 75. It already bouncing here, so I'm going to wait for a second here.
Yeah, is that Janine A? Dear God, 52-week low texts won't stop. I actually have a 52-week low signal here in Pro. These are actually for highs and lows, but no surprise, you're only seeing new 52-week lows here today.
Yeah.
Those are continuing here. I am watching the regular market. Apple is trying to bounce here, which is, you know, it is what it is. I mean, to be honest with you, I almost feel like we should just see the VIX at 40. Just kind of get it out of the way. Gary Morris watches the VIX. He was saying earlier, VIX is barely budged. Currently looking at 33.46. So this can get a lot worse.
Yeah, I honestly, I've gotten to the point where at least personally, I don't find edge on the VIX. Don't find edge. I don't know what it is. I don't find it as a way to actually make calls. That's just to each his own, right? I mean, I know a lot of people still watch the VIX.
Yeah, I mean, I watch it every day. I don't necessarily take a trade because of a number that I see on the VIX, but I watch it to get an idea of what's going on in the market. Is a sell-off viable? for example.
What's going on, Ryan, is the fact that you're helping us make money. As LASE just went ahead and took out my 427 limit order. I still have some size left.
I'm hoping to get a challenge here at 437. Pop above 437 would cause me to close this here.
All right, catching up with the chat. What's going on out there, team? Hit the like button. How much are we on the likes? We only had 97. Come on, guys. There's over 500 of you guys here. You guys want us trading live? You guys want us behind a paywall?
We did pretty good, Mitch, with you forgetting the redirect. We're already back up there.
Yeah, we're up on. Everyone's
Sorry,
watching.
had to take my
come
shot.
on,
Had to take
hit that
my
like.
shot. Lassie going here. Let's see if we can close above.
Go.
All right, Starbucks actually spiking a little bit here. I'm willing to add at the VWAP. I think this is a good day to get short on Starbucks, so I'm going to stick to this trade. I think this is my focus stock of the day. Energy is up from the open. I will give you guys that. Utilities is up. What's down the most? Technology and cyclicals, then financial services.
All right, we're just a few pennies away. Yeah, this trading view data is definitely not accurate. It's a little laggy.
Yeah, there was some lag on a couple of charts. I don't know if so a couple of platforms were struggling when that CPI number came out.
Yeah,
I know mine didn't struggle. Mine was like perfect speed. It gave me the readings of the level 2 also, but I did see a lot of people say that they got frozen data for a second.
I'm going to take part of Lassie off here since we're in profit.
Oh, you know what? Where is, by the way, Amazon dippity dip. I'm going to look to see if I can get a bounce on Amazon around 105s. Where's Amazon? AMZN. Look to purchase about 100 shares.
Let me throw your stream up
at
there.
10. Yeah, thanks. 105.25, 200 at 105.26.
There you go. Good move there in Starbucks. Now I'm looking for it to break through the 84.75. Really start breaking down through the pattern here. Let's see it just continue.
Lassie back to 430 here. Here we go. Come on, Lassie. Take out that 437.
All right, on Amazon, I've got orders out to buy 100 shares at like
Dang. Close, Lassie.
Ooh, where to go? Man, this trading view is messing me up. Oh, it's trying real hard.
Lassie might go higher here. New highs on Lassie. So I closed it at 439 and went to 443 here. Nice little start out of the gate. Zunaid, do you still have your trailer on?
I do okay. Still have it on because I'm hoping for a 450 crack and a halt up. But am I wishful thinking here?
Maybe I should have played that the same way. Good spot, Zunaid.
Let's see if it happens though.
Teamwork makes the dream work, though. We identified a stock. We both hit it. We're moving.
Yes, we
like
are.
Today, I'll take any gains I can get on a day like today. Let me tell you.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go. Come on, 444. Again, I apologize, y'all. I mean, there's nothing I can do about TradingView not showing the accurate data, but
you know what's interesting is that the TradingView in Pro has got it.
Oh, maybe that's what I need to switch over to.
I mean, you know me. I'm gonna talk about Pro when I can. Come on.
Hey, I mean, we need. Well, keep in mind, it's because of Pro that this stock is moving in terms of exclusive news that we had in the first time. So make sure you guys check out the description and join Benzinga Pro. 2-week free trial. Even if you get locked up in jail, you won't be charged for it. Come on, break that to 450. Come on.
And really quick here, let me go ahead and bring this up here. With Lassie, this light blue line here on my chart, this is VWAP. And you can see what we did here is we kind of pushed out of the open and then traded back towards VWAP. Didn't really get there, so held it, and now we're starting to push away from it higher. So this would be another good signal in addition to the volume being strong here that lets you know that the trade is on here. So Lassie letting us do it right out of the gate.
Looking good here on Starbucks. Let's crush it now. There is the start of the break of the Starbucks breakdown. Let's see if it can actually cut through that 71. Got 3 bounces on there, so don't want to see it close and then start coming back towards 85 now. We need to get through that 84.71. start going back towards pre-market low of 84.54. Starbucks short.
SPY continues to come on down, but it has not broken the pre-market lows at all. I've been scalping short from that 350 level, making peanuts, if you will.
Just keeps bouncing off that 71 level, guys. Be careful there. At least for myself and Starbucks there. It just doesn't want to break through right now. SPY probably not giving us that next leg down. That's another thing. We need the SPY to give us that next leg down, and we should start seeing some continuation to the downside.
Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to wait on that, though, Mitch, because I wasn't sure that we were just going to get that more downside move. And shorting at the bottom of that could have been dangerous, right? I'd rather actually wait for it to retest that and break it before shorting for more downside, as opposed to doing it here, having it bounce while you're holding the short.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I think there's a lot of bulls that got caught towards the upside, and they're going to have to do what at the gates? Sell out.
Yeah, I mean, remember when we got that line from Cantor's Eric Johnston saying that the inflation numbers seem to be peaking? That call does not seem to have materialized. So
I'll stick with the diamond call.
MMAT here, which we also had from the list, above the day high. Looks like it's trying to take out 120. I'm not in MMAT, but 120 here might be a first spot. A pre-market high we had at 133. Is that 132? 132, excuse me. So maybe a move here on MMAT through 120. I'm not in it.
Where's my Amazon at? Because my trading view is obviously off. My Amazon is at 105.68. I've got like 5 to 6 different orders to purchase them around 105, 10s to 105s. Come on, whoa. Don't do your scalp of a bounce before you get to 105. Don't do it around 105.50. That would just hurt my feelings.
Getting a little spike here, guys. Market's trying to get back towards the high. 350 is the level to watch.
All right, there's 448.
I'm adding in Starbucks. Taking my shot here. See what happens on Starbucks. DAL trying to bounce back to the VWAP. That one looks interesting. SPY to the left here. How's Apple doing? It's a big push. Just trying.
Way to go. Bought your coin put yesterday at 310 and sold it this morning for 725. Great job.
That's
my
a great
question
trade.
Though. My question to you is, did you buy that with the intention of it being a day trade? And were you read on it, which is why you swung it to today? That's my question. That's my question.
Zunaid's like, yeah, I do that sometimes.
Go get him, Zunaid.
I'm just saying. Right? I just want to make sure you know about the process here.
I was going to say,
Philly,
focusing on process. I love it, Zunaid.
You know? And again, my trading view charts are off, so we're just going to rely on Mitch's since his is perfect right now. And
what do you need? What do you got? What's up?
Oh, no, we're just, well, the main thing is honestly the SPY, which you think you've got on your left. You've got your Starbucks trade, and then LASC Amazon? In the middle.
LASC?
Well, Amazon's a little further away from my entry, but yeah, LASC.
LASC pulling back here now.
Yeah, that it touched that touched the 450 and then said no.
Yeah, I have 449 as a high print, but that's all, for all intents and purposes, that's the same. I am watching SOXL here because it's starting to flirt with its VWAP, and I'm wondering if maybe we will get a little bit of a bounce here. And I think that VWAP might be a place to take it. So,
all right, guys, I'll be right back. Got to deal with some slacks.
Slack. All right, you've got SPY at the 350 area, rejecting, right? Just continuing to scalp that. That's all I'm pretty much doing. I might move some money to TradingView. I might just do it. Or not TradingView, TradeStation, so that we can trade on TradingView. and have some fun with it. But see, with the data being incorrect like this, it would just not be helpful. All right, let's take a look around, see what's going on.
MMAT moving here. So again, I'm not in MMAT, but this is moving here. It looks like it just took out. Look at this chart, Zunaid.
Oh wow.
Look at this thing. So we went, just found support at 108 and just been a staircase up. Took the VWAP out. Pretty decent volume here. I'm not in this. This feels like a chase if I were to buy it here. But again, 132, that potential high on MMAT.
That's a nice little ripper there. And you, of course, have DWAC, DWAC, that has been halted.
Yep. Right here in the halt tool. Ooh.
And it looks like the reason for here, you can pull it up on yours, but oh, there you go. You already got it.
Yep.
I was looking at my pro here. Looks like the reason that they are trading higher is because following Wednesday's reports. Ooh.
Okay. I mean,
solid. It should open up here shortly, but let's see.
This stock likes to move too. This has been, for those that can play this has been a good trade. I still remember buying this at 11. And Spencer even bought some of this. Those were the good days.
How high did it go?
It wasn't it like 70s? Let me see.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, dude. This one day, this went crazy. It went to
170s was AMC. AMC's high was around.
This went to 175, and then came back in, and then traded back to 100, and now it is where it is. Fun moving in sympathy to DWAC here. Let's take a look at that. Is that on my scanner by chance? Yes, it is. That's what I wanted to see.
Let me see if refreshing this is going to help.
There, yep, fun spiking here. Good shout back. I wonder, did you trade that? Did you trade that one? Because that's still moving while DWAC is halting. Look for that to have a reaction when DWAC opens. MMAT, this just kept going. What did we just say about our level? It went right to it, guy. It actually broke it.
Yeah, looked like a little peekaboo.
It broke it. Wow, what a move here in MMAT. Really sorry I didn't take this one. We would have had two great trades on this really ugly day, Zunaid, if I had actually taken this one.
Well, I appreciate you helping us get that one good trade on LASC.
That's what we do, bro.
LASC, now you've got support on that. Looks like at 425, but I've got a buy order ready to go at $4. To be exact, it's at 402 for me. I'm not going to lie, though. This trading view not being accurate is definitely messing with my mental. Let me see if it's actually fixed now. Oh, it might be fixed now. It is fixed. Okay, I refreshed it. I think we're good.
Ooh, good. Okay. And Matt was on Reddit, huh? That's helpful information. Easy Mike says he put an AMC trade on. How's AMC holding up here today?
Is it at $5? That's the only way I'm buying it. Nope, 551 or 561. All right, you got the SPY breaking the 550s to the upside.
Yeah, SPY is trying to bounce here. This is one of the reasons why we were taking a look at SOXL, trying to play the contrarian trade here.
If SPY wants to get to 351, let's go. Let's have some fun. 351.
I'm actually going to take a little SOXL here and see if this works. Okay, 648 entry, SOXL. I want to see this move above the VWAP, and I want this to approach 7. Not sure if we'll end up getting that. Make the stop at 620. 620. That's a low of daybreak by a penny. So there you go.
SPY battling here, guys. It's just stuck within a range right now. I think you need to see a close above 350.64. That could be a nice little push. And then you got the low range, right? You got the 349.02, or if you want to pull it a little lower, you can go towards 348s.
All right, I've got my SPY ready to be shorted at 351. 351 is where we're looking to short this puppy. And it's going to be a quick scalp. I'm looking for like half a point if I can get it.
I can put your chart up. I'm waiting for this SOXL trade that we're long to grind up here. Stop at 620.
All right, I'm short SPY. Got my first fill at 350.95. And I've got my covering ready to go at 350.55. Come on down, baby. Come on down. All right, we're about 20 cents in the money. We're looking for it to be about 40 cents in the money to cover. You said XOXL. What is it?
SOXL. Sam
Soxl.
Oscar X-Ray Lima.
All right, got it up for you on the right-hand side. All right, SPY went ahead and gave me my other short. Now my average price is 350.98. My stop loss, I give it about the crack of 352. I'll be out.
This trade is working so far. This trade is working so far. I was worried that when I took this, I was going to be too early.
Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-dum-bum.
Nate G asking, can I get some analysis on the Bears covering -1.5 tonight? Nate, yeah, I would think that they should be able to do that. I wouldn't be surprised though if you wanted to take a bet on no touchdowns scored, like we saw with Colts and the Broncos.
Can you be any more negative to your own team, Ryan?
But Mitch, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest with you. The Chicago
transparency
Bears,
this guy gives.
The Chicago Bears are an atrocity. They're not a good team, and neither are the Commanders. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna see. I do think they cover that, Nate. I do think they cover that.
I think Fields is getting better. He's gotten better every game.
Well, I'll tell you what. The last game was not Fields' fault. And
exactly.
To me,
he's getting better.
I don't think this team can compete. So losses mean better draft pick and better talent next year. So I'm not mad about losses. It was good to see him not be the problem. Let's put it that way.
It's tough. It's tough. Fields is getting better, though. I've seen that. At least fantasy-wise, he is getting better also. So what's going to happen here? Do we get a 945? Is that the swing to the upside? And then we're going to get reversal? Or are we going to get a 10 o'clock move right back down? It's hard to consider today which way to go, really. Lassie up there towards 437, hanging on, trying to get back there towards 450s.
All right, SPY creeping a little bit up. I'm about 70 cents away from being stopped out.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm about to get stopped out big on Starbucks too. I'm just hanging on right now because it's kind of like my trade of the day. So definitely pushing the risk a little bit, but I added to the position down about 25 cents right now. Lastie's coming back. I think it might go to the VWAP. We'll see. SPY there. Trying to now hold above VWAP. Let's see if it comes back. It's
All right,
definitely pushing right now.
I'm going to go ahead and cover my losses on that one. Lost a point. Lost a point and 20 cents.
Yeah, I'm about to get out on Starbucks too.
I'm liking that our SOXL trade is still working.
Yeah, out of that. Big loss there on Starbucks for me. I think I'm done for the day, literally. That was a bigger risk for me. I took a bigger hit there on Starbucks. It looked good. Daily chart really hasn't broken down. It is what it is. Not going to stress too much. Not having a good week. So I'm going to go ahead and sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
On SPY, what I'm going to try to do is maybe scale in some. If SPY wants to come back and bounce around 351.55 to the long.
I agree. The volatility unpredictable right now.
ACI, good call out there, guys. ACI news. Let me bring that up here. I'm still in SOXL. This is working. Let's try to get the news on Albertsons here.
Yeah, DWAC. I never thought that stock would ever even work there. I don't know if anyone really actually considered that.
Kroger said to be in talks to combine with rival Albertsons. That's causing your spike. Daddy Backstrap, you scalped SOXL and AMD to the outside or to the upside, and you're out already. Okay, awesome. I'm looking on my SOXL trade. I'm looking for a little bit more. I want to get to 7, which I believe is where the VWAP was. Albert, ACI halted, by the way, so we'll wait to see where that is when it unhalts.
I have VWAP at 650.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. It's not the VWAP. It's across through the value. It's the 200-minute moving average. So my 200-day moving average on the minute chart is right under 7. It's actually at 696. Stock sell coming back in here to the VWAP. At this point, because we actually have some gains here on SOXL, going to move the stop up from the 620 stop to entry at 647. I'm actually going to make it 648 so I can feel good about getting at least some green if this comes all the way back in. And now, the one thing to watch here is that with these ETFs that we trade, there can be multiple opportunities in these ETFs. You can... This may set up multiple times throughout the course of the day. This is one that I'm definitely going to keep on watch, even if I get stopped out, or even if I end up making this trade for a profit, for a decent profit. I'm still going to keep watching this because I think that we might get some of these swings back and forth.
Let's get some tunes going here.
I'm still in this LASC trade. It's just hanging out above VWAP, consolidating. I like the look of it. We'll see if it goes in and breaks to the upside or not.
Awesome 5 mile. Nice job.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten filled on my SPY.
Melanie saying, what was the CPI? I just woke up. 8.2%. Ran hot. Ran hot.
Oh, LASC coming to the downside now.
Born, it was higher. Yes. As a matter of fact, it was. Do you guys ever think of trading futures? 5, I don't trade futures. I just stick to options and equity. I've thought about it, but I've never actually made that jump. I think Zunaid does, though.
I do, but if Ninja Trader or TradeStation would let me trade options, equities, futures, all from the same account, that'd be great. TradeStation, I have to fund 2 different accounts for options and stocks, one, and then futures for another, and I don't have FU money to do that.
Of course, Starbucks coming down exactly where we sold it from. We'll see if BBY catches the bounce there.
Albertsons is open and higher into the 28s now.
I see at the VWAP. We'll see if that actually holds or not. It's already cracking through.
SOXL 662. Yeah, Sydney, we broke that exclusive story on Lassie this morning. That's a great job by our news desk team.
Yeah, Zoltan always helping us out.
Zoltan's a monster, man. He's really great.
He's got that dog in him.
I'm just, you know what, with the Lassie trade giving us a little profit early on here, with this SOXL trade actually moved in my direction as the first move, which I'm not really used to. At this point, it's actually kind of a stress-free trade. It's not a huge position size. I've got a stop set. I'm waiting for it to work. It's either going to work or it's not. And I mean, at this point, like, even if I get stopped out, I'm going to be stopped out flat effectively. I already have some profits booked. Miraculously, I'm green on the day. So going to try and not let FOMO get me. And I'm going to try and not ruin the good day that I've already put in today on when the market's down like this.
You're in that moment where you're letting the trade work for you versus you work for your trade.
That's right.
And so there's a moment where you can actually get to that point, and a lot of that sometimes is a first reward take or an understanding that you'll break even. once you do that, the emotions really tend to kind of just fade away.
We talk about trying to make this mechanical and emotionless, and I've managed to get myself in a position here where I'm all right. I'm up on this trade. I know I'm going to be able to get out no matter what happens. I've already got some profit booked. No more emotions anymore. Going to be as disciplined as I can today. Voodoo says, Ryan, I traded futures back in the early 2000s. Too stressful for me. Went back to trading equities. Voodoo, I'm just going to be brutally honest with you and everyone else in the show here right now. One of the reasons I don't trade futures is because you can lose a lot of money. As Zunaid has said multiple times this morning, I don't have FU money. I have a consistent plan that I can execute trading stocks and equities. I'm not ready to move into futures at this time. It's going to be too stressful for me too. And again, we just talked about a process to keep things mechanical and to keep them emotionless. The last thing I want to do is add more stress into what I'm trying to do. Not saying it's wrong or anything. It's just not for me, at least not at this time.
I'm trying to be cute here, so I went ahead and got some
What are you doing? What are you doing, my friend?
I got some SPY calls on December 30th, 359 calls. I got filled at 1481. 1481 is my fill on the December 30th, 359 calls. My stop loss, a part of me wants to add at the 350 level, but I'll probably cut it if we break below 350.73. But that's the trade that I'm in right now.
Your Soxel is fighting right now with Success's support.
Soxel is still looking good, 671. This is day highs here, intraday highs. Love for this to get back to 7. By the way, 701 also one of Person's Pivot's support levels. So the S2 support.
Yeah, a little part of me feels like taking Success, but I don't feel like going against Ryan today. He's feeling on point. I'm not. Just saying now, I see it.
Daddy Backstrap, I'll be taking another SOXL scalp if the momentum accelerates to break out of this little 3-minute flag. I want this to break up. I actually really want to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to leave this until I'm actually closed. So
yeah, it's a little bit further this time. Right?
I was going to say it's further in the office. It's further away, so I got to plan it. I still had the same amount of coffee this morning.
Flush Nvda. Flush Nvda.
No, this time. Oh, wait, what the?
No. Zunaid said not this time. What's up with Nvidia?
Yeah,
today?
no, we trying to go to the upside. Well, here's the thing though. Tesla, I want to short and I want to go long SPY. So I'm kind of like, what am I doing with life? But if you do want to go short Tesla, you've got a clear stop loss, which is the crack of 210.50. You can see that's what it's been trying to munch up of. Can't do it. Ooh. So to me, that's a clear one.
Albertson's actually in a trading pattern here, right? We popped up out of that halt. The stock has now come back and traded back down to its VWAP, and it looks like it's trying to bounce here. So here, let me zoom in here so you can get a better look at this. So, right, we had that pop on the news. We halted. We traded up out of the halt. Now we're coming back into the VWAP. We got a little bit of a bounce here, and now we're reflirting with the VWAP. So maybe this is breaking down. All I had to do was start talking about it, folks, and it started to break down. There we go. Ryan, Gatorade bottle? I don't get it.
If you have to go use the PP.
Oh, use the. Okay, I'll take the L on that one, Jay.
You want to elaborate more on that, Ryan?
I do not, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, no popping a squat in the office.
Looks like 351 is, I don't know about holding, but it's, it's floating above.
It's floating. Yeah.
I agree. I wanted to make the crack above. I wanted to break high a day is what it is.
It's the battle.
Please don't use Coke can.
I would never do that, but also just on a technicality, I don't drink soda anymore. So this is 0 calories, 0 sugar.
Bubbly.
I thought you were going to say something completely different. But
I'm sure that you did, Zunaid. I'm sure that you did. And I'm here to bring things back down to reality.
Yes.
Gave up
Guys,
on
the VIX
lasting.
is getting destroyed. Can you do me a favor and in one of those windows put in the VIX? The VIX is
go,
melting.
Pal. There you go, pal. And we've got higher day on the Spido. Come on. Oh, whoa. Just because I said high day doesn't mean you come back down. That means you continue
High day on
marching.
SOXL. Daddy
Come on.
backstraps long for another scalp. He gave you his trade plan ahead of taking that trade. That we always appreciate.
Dun, dun, dun. The contrarian market.
R. Jackson, you were at that Avs game last night. Man, they beat up on my lowly Blackhawks. I watched a little bit of it. I turned it off when it was 3-1. Congratulations for your team, though. That banner raising ceremony must have been awesome.
All right, I've got my order out there to sell at 1550. Half out at 1550 on my SPY calls. Let's go. And I will wait to see if we can get 355s on the rest. Come on. Taking 1 L today and 2 dubs. One of them thanks to my man Ryan.
I'm not gonna make an early call on my other trade here, but this trade's working. And as Mitch said, the trade is working for us. I'm not working for the trade.
That style
looks
of
like
trade,
Redline was
Ryan,
halted.
that style of trade sometimes, I'm not going to even lie, where I've made the biggest gains is getting into a position like that, Ryan, setting a stop and actually leaving the seat, just walking away for like
So you're
a little
trying
while.
to get me to go to the bathroom? Is that, should we test this?
Why not?
Yes.
Just
I
set
think
your
we should all
stop.
just leave. We
Set
should
your
all just
stop.
leave.
Zunaid, way to be a habitual line stepper yet again, Zunaid. We should not.
Well, here's why
I
say
gotta
this.
hear Zunaid on one of those esports
Here's-
streams.
Here's
must
why I
be
say
loose.
this. Here's why I say this, right? Oh, bro. Matter of fact, I'm going to put up a blooper reel this weekend. I'll make sure to share with you guys here. By the way, I'm excited for your New York Stock Exchange coming out later in about 30
Yeah,
minutes.
me too. I am too.
Here's why I want to leave, Ryan. Because I have just a small amount of contracts left on my SPY, and I know that I'm going to try to just be like, well, let me take the gains. Let me take the gains. But I'm trying to practice targets, right?
Yeah.
So I want to wait till this 355 approaches, and then I want to go ahead and take my next level of profits. So I'm okay with all of us just literally getting up and just leaving.
Okay,
See how the chat behaves. Imagine if someone was coming to our stream for the first time and all they see is 3 empty seats. How long have you guys been trading full time? For me, it's been about 3 years of full time trading. Profitability, 2 years.
Yeah, for me, I always have worked another job alongside this. So I want to be very, very clear about that. Soxel coming back in a little bit. Daddy Backstrap, you're out. I am still in. But it took me 2 years to get profitable. The first 2 years, I was all over the place. In fact, like the first month, I was up like 10 G's. And the next month, I gave it all back. So for the first, when I was new at this, it took me 2 years to really get profitable. I'm in my 8th year. Doing it. Okay, so we're trading up here. We're trading up here. This is working. I will test you. So I really do have to go. I do have a stop set. So we're good. I'm gonna run to the washroom here. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna see what happens to my SOXL trade.
All right, see you, pal.
Today's like, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of
I'm
here.
about to take off too. As soon as you leave, I'm leaving.
No worries. I'll be here, team.
I actually don't want to leave then if you're gonna do that. Mitch isn't trading. Like, are you seriously gonna do this?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
BRB.
Ryan, you get him. You get him.
Imagine if I said yes and Ryan just had to hold it in.
Just make him hold it. You got him doing a little dancing.
Yeah, just hold it in, pal. You know?
Oh, it reminds me of those days when you're on the baseball field and you're like, man, this inning does not want to end.
Just hold it in.
All right, I'll change up the view a little bit since we got Ryan out here. We'll go into this view here. What do you guys think in the chat? What are you guys feeling? You guys feeling like, the the market is rallying here and it's going to stay? It's like a bottoming event? Or do you guys just feel like this is just because we went too far down too quickly? At least it's helping right now. Ryan almost to that $7. I hope he put a reward target too, though. But I think he's just trying to let the trade work. There's the Coke can, says Shelly. What do you guys feel about this? It was a crazy day. I mean, I know a lot of people were starting to lean a little bullish, but man, inflation just doesn't want to go away. As much as we want it to go away, it's like that crazy ex-girlfriend, you know? She just keeps calling. She keeps showing up at your house, and you can't get rid of her.
Thankfully, I've never had to experience that. I hope I never do.
Oh, it's coming for you, my friend. It's coming for you.
All right, you see the SPY trying to break the 353 and hold. It hasn't been able to hold just yet. Let's see.
Jet MTV. I am sure and certain that we aren't the reason why Mullen is stealing our money. The only thing we do.
Wait, whoa. What?
The only thing we do is bring you the stocks. You make the call.
I can speak for myself for sure. I had an interview with the CEO. I would love for you to go back, watch the interview, and see if you felt like I was misleading in any way, or if I was asking questions and the CEO answered the way that he answered. So feel free to go back, watch the interview. You can search it on YouTube. And let me know if my handsome self has misled any investors. And I'd love for you to DM me or tag me on Twitter.
It's very similar, like, we're always going to have sometimes even, let's say, experts that maybe we don't agree with. But we're here to show you what? We're here to show you both sides of the coin, not just one side. We show you one side, then how are you expecting to know what's on the other side? Well, we try to show you both sides of the coin here on Benzinga.
How do you become a part of the live stream? Well, hit up shows at benzinga.com and tell them you're interested, or hit up Mitch's email, and then we'll see if we can
Mitch
get
at
you on.
Benzinga. Let me know. You guys are always more than welcome to come on, especially if you guys, let's say, making great trades, finding good strategies in this market. If there's anything you want to go ahead and share.
One of us is always missing from a show, so I'm sure we'd love to have someone else on sometimes. Keeping an eye on Cat. I'm waiting for it to maybe approach VWAP for me to try to get into this trade, because I do believe this one's going to march higher. But for now, we've got her. Hey, how was it? You're good?
How was? I mean, is that like a
you know what?
question?
That was a dumb question.
Obviously great. It was obviously great.
My apologies.
Let me check in on the trade though. Hey guys,
it was long and strong.
Okay, you guys.
Long and strong.
I was stopped.
SOXL going to our target here. We're not far. It worked out. So maybe I ought to just keep trying this. We talk about process all the time. Maybe I ought to just take trades where I can feel comfortable leaving. We're approaching
Tesla reversal. Good for the upside of the SPY.
Let's go, baby.
Out.
Let's go.
We did it.
We did it. Congrats, my friend Ryan.
Okay.
Congrats.
So this is sweet. So on a day, let's just recap this. On a day where we got a horrific number, we had Dennis Stick on pre-market prep, doom and gloom. I mean, he wasn't wrong. He was accurate, but really scary stuff. And our plan was to try to be as tactical as possible, reduce position size, try to be mechanical about it, take the emotions out of it. And guess what? We're 2 for 2. On a day where the market is down huge, we're 2 for 2. We found plays to make. We traded them to our plan, and we're at where we're at. Daddy,
good job, my friend.
Zunaid, you guys did the air horn that you. Oh man, that's fun. Okay, so we're having a good day so far.
We are.
It was the luck of the toilet, says Jay Wild. Hey, you know what, man? I'm not even going to argue with you. Daddy Backstrap, great call, Ryan. Thank you. And good job trading. I appreciate you trading alongside us.
we're all about process here, right, team? And so one of
Absolutely.
the things that I want to point out there is Ryan there taking a little bit of a different strategy. Sometimes he's more of in the scalping mode, but this is more of the kind of strategy that works for me, which is smaller share size. What does it do when you're on the smaller share size? Well, when you're first getting in the trade, you're not feeling so like that heart racing, right? And another thing that happened here is you can actually let the trade work. This is where I've gotten to in my trading, where I've understand that every time that I go back towards maybe high sizing, I end up getting into trouble because I truly am not adaptive to the type of risk that high sizing takes. But when you go into that low sizing, you're able to adapt a little bit more towards that risk and not be so emotional in the trade, but more focused on the execution. There you saw Ryan establishing his reward, understanding that at this point, it doesn't even matter what happens. I'm not going to lose on this trade. Moments like that are what I found were the true edge in my trading.
Yeah. And Mitch, I mean, like, you know, we talk all the time about adjusting the process, trading what's in front of you, you know, trading the market that you're in. Today, I didn't feel like taking larger, multiple thousand size lots of stock on breaks to the upside was going to work. So I'm not going to try to pound a round peg into a square hole. It's just not going to work. I'm going to adjust and give what the market gives me. It gave us some of those trades there.
Good job, man.
Congrats. Buzz, this is a good question here. Buzz, Ryan, did the TSMC earnings number play into your SOXL trade? No, I was literally trading the market. I was watching SOXL try to bounce. I watched it move through its VWAP. I said to myself, well, this is a contrarian trade here. The SPY's doing the same thing. The VIX is getting melted. Like I'm in this just to try and get the, just to try to capture some profit there. Easy Mike saying GS 8 handles, hysterical. I actually haven't even looked at the banks because of the trades that we were doing here. I did notice that GS was down big earlier today. Let's see. Oh, that would have been a good trade too. So we're up off the lows. 287 lows, 295 LOL. Are you in that trade, Easy Mike? Are you in the GS to the long side trade? Catch up on the chat here.
He watched the interview with me with the CEO, but I didn't scrutinize his lies.
Is this what you're saying? If you people are not part of Mullen, we are not part of Mullen. We are not affiliated with them in any way. Stealing our money, then bring him back on the set to speak to investors. I watched your interview with him, but you didn't scrutinize his lies. I didn't do that interview, Zunaid, so I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Give me a sec. I'm in this trade. I'll respond.
Yep. All good. If you're in a trade, focus on the trade.
Yeah. Look, I'll go ahead and say this and I'll move on from this, right? Whenever I do an interview, my job is not to make the stock go up. My job is not to make the stock go down. My job is just to get information for the viewers at home so they can make an informed decision. All right. That's pretty much what it is. And it's a balance that I try to find. Am I perfect? Heck no. I didn't go to school for this, right? Like this isn't something that I necessarily do for a living, if you will.
That doesn't help.
Interviewing, you're saying.
School doesn't help, man.
Well, I mean, sure. I'm just saying there's broadcasting schools for a reason. But regardless, my point is, I don't care if a stock goes up. I don't care if a stock goes down.
Yeah.
I just care about doing the interview, getting the information, and that's that.
I don't know if you remember, but there was one day where I tried to trade Mullen on a break, and it immediately went against me, and I got frustrated. And I think I said, I can't remember exactly the language I used, but I'm pretty sure I used the word scam. So
you did many times.
Yeah. So
you did many times.
I mean, it's just like this, guys. Always understand that there's one thing that you must do as an investor, and that's create your own opinion about things. Your own, not what you heard, not what somebody told you, but what you took the time to research and actually find out as true knowledge. This is what matters. Like, so when you see something, you go and you look, is it true? If it's something that you just have to go off of information and you can't check it's true, then I wouldn't consider that to be true.
Also, in terms of doing research, I see a lot of people talking about research, saying do your research. So as far as research goes, times like right now, when the market is just really, really tough and it just seems like it wants to sell everything, this is the time to do research. You know, we work here at Benzinga, and we see people come and go, and we see market participants enter the market, stop trading, all of that stuff. The reality is now is the time. Now is when you want to do your research. Now is when you want to be prepared. Now is when you want to have a list of really quality companies that you're looking to hold for longer than 5 minutes, and come up with key levels, review the news, see if you can figure out, you know, where they might be in their cycle, and come up with a list of stocks that you really want. And as this market comes down and as those stocks come into support levels, you can give it an opportunity to get long there and try some of those trades. Just because the market is really struggling, don't waste that time. If you can't trade that market, that's okay. Do research for when you can trade the market.
Starting to see a little bit of turnaround there in the SPY, and it could be one of those days where we just have some choppy action now. I could look at SOXS for a trade now, but it's a little bit too far from the bottom. It's up about already 60 cents from the bottom there. Could play a kind of a mean reversion trade. Would be the opposite, of course, of what Ryan's taken, but he already ran for the money, and you know how it is.
I might be done for right now, Mitch, by the way. So we've got 40 minutes left here allotted for our show. I've got a bunch of different tasks this afternoon. I really don't want to rush it. I'll probably reassess the market at several points throughout the course of the day here. But I mean, right out of the gate, 2 for 2. I mean, how many times have I gone 0 for 2 out of the gate? So today, I want to make sure I don't give back the gains that I've been able to get here today.
The take your money and run market.
I actually don't know what I was humming, but I know I often hum quite a bit. Matter of fact, the other day I was humming a Bollywood movie, or a Bollywood song rather. I've got an order to buy just a very 5% of my size, because I want to test my theories, right? And I've got an order to buy some SPY at 351.85, just because I want to see if I can get a quick, maybe half a point to a point of a bounce on SPY from the VWAP is what I'm testing here.
Were you singing Baby Shark?
I don't know. I really don't. Oh, wait, that's not Baby Shark, is it? Hum it again?
Multiple people said it sounded like you were humming Baby Shark.
Baby shark, do 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 do.
How do I do it? Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do do. Okay, it's just faster pace. That's why it sounded different.
Yeah, that's all it is. You see, you just need to do it.
Well, the market seems to like it because we're going to get this nice, small bounce. But no, the reason I wanted to go ahead and test that is simply to see if we can get that bounce from VWAP. And it's also the level of that 351s where we got that breakout from. And now we'll see if it kind of goes to there or not.
Evil song.
Yeah, I'm laughing. You guys are...
It's amazing how many views that video has on YouTube.
You know, it's funny.
Beautiful.
It's all good. Baby shark, until you actually see the shark in the water. You're like, no, I'll stay away from that one.
Mitch, before you joined my fantasy football league, we had a team name that was Baby Shark, as in DJ Shark.
Oh, there you go.
It was a pretty funny name.
Well, have you?
Copyright
would you guys
infringement?
ever?
That's funny.
Would you guys ever actually swim with sharks, like in one of those cages? Like you get put in the cage. Great whites.
No.
No.
I mean, no.
I couldn't do it either.
It depends on how much money I'm getting paid, to be honest.
No money for pure entertainment.
No money, Zunaid. None.
Look, I don't like dopamine that much. Right? I don't care about engagement.
That's funny.
What are our favorite time frames? I like to look at the 5, 10. I know Mitch is a fan of the hourly.
Yeah.
but I'll let
That's my
these guys
favorite
speak
chart.
for themselves.
My
But I
favorite
personally like
time
the 5 and
frames,
10.
my favorite time frames are the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute daily. Notable or honorable mention to the hourly chart. Mitch has actually gotten me more into the hourly chart, but my 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute daily.
The reason I use the hourly and I like the hourly is because I think about it as an institutional. Institutional, usually will use like maybe a 15 and an hourly. They can't go under the 15. And so a lot of times I'm trying to trade with some bigger time frame traders. That's why I go more towards the hourly. That's where I'm going to actually run into more of the swing trading action versus the day trading action. When we think too much about day trading, that's going to be more of your 3 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute charts, really. Now, I like the hourly because of those deep pullbacks that you sometimes see a lot of the times on those hourly, which a lot of the times will get you a big pullback to an hourly level. And then if you actually looked at the risk to return at those levels, it's massive. And I like those opportunities.
Stacks with a great comment here. We actually swim with sharks every day in this market. Spot on, Stacks. Love it. Love it.
Dun-dun.
Yeah, we don't.
Yo, that ride, that was a good ride there. Did you guys go on it back in the days, the Jaws ride?
The Jaws
at
ride.
Universal Studios?
Yep. Yes, I have. Space Mountain as well. Revlon, just to bring bacon. Revlon here popping above that 520. I had outlined it here while Mitch was talking. You had shouted it out. We're a team. That's how we do things. But popping above here, 520. Revlon had some news here this morning. Let me just go ahead and check that out here real quick.
Brought that bacon with him.
American Crew founder David Rakugila, I probably pronounced his name wrong. I'm sorry, David. Expands his role to creative director and global head of education. So apparently that's making Revlon pop here. As far as the technical move here, we set those highs. This is decent breakout here, or a decent possible break long trade. I'm not going to take these because I don't think today's market is conducive to stocks breaking the high of day and running. You just saw it got pulled back as soon as it broke that high. Maybe it'll be better on the second or third chance through. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and skip this one on Revlon, though. Good call out here. Good call out here from the group. Real quick, I want to just cover a couple of things here in the chat. So number one, Becca saying go scuba diving first. So interestingly enough, I actually got certified to scuba dive when I was much younger. It was super fun. I never really took vacations to keep up with it or anything. I've kind of let that lapse. But I would recommend scuba diving. It's super fun. Richard Judge went skydiving. I'll give you my opinion here real quick. You guys with the adrenaline junkies, you guys can do what you want. But in my opinion, it's never a good idea to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. That's just me. Glad that you made it. Glad that you made it. Glad that you enjoyed it. But that I will skip.
Yeah, I was. I've talked to even Green Berets and kind of people that have jumped out of planes for military, and even them, they're like, "Yeah, you're all hyped up. You got everybody. Everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna jump. We got this." Then the back of the plane opens, and then everyone's like, "What the hell are we doing?
What are we doing, guys?" Born advanced open water diver. Nice. That was one of the certifications that I was going to go after that I just didn't continue with.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I've just done some snorkeling. No scuba for me.
There's a bit of a half a point bounce from that VWAP, so I was able to scalp that. Again, it was literally just for a Rice Krispie treat type of money. It's nothing crazy. Just wanted to see if my theory would work.
All right, team. I'm going to take a quick second here away from our attention to the markets. Just to remind us, 8:45, we are going to get the New York Stock Exchange tour premiere that we'll be hitting. That's when we're going to be wrapping up today. So that's why you see us kind of slowing down our trading. Normally around 10:30, we get to this point where the trade starts slowing down. Get ready. We got some great entertainment coming for you in just about 15 minutes. I know that, it's not always fun to see the markets get hit this hard. So we brought some great entertainment for you guys today. We're going to take your minds off of it with the New York Stock Exchange. And just to kind of give you guys a perspective of what you guys can expect, I'll set the scene for you. So it was the Fed FOMC meeting, and it was about to begin. We're talking about the 28th. I could see the tension on the money makers, the volatility out there, the charts just spiking, going up, going back down, going up, going back down. And the pure emotions that you could feel on the floor, You can't miss it. Check it out, guys. We'll be here in just 15 minutes.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun, man. I like the little sneak peek that you guys had showed the viewers a while back and on social media. So I'm excited to see what that tour was like for y'all.
Yeah, underwater photography, that is always badass.
My friend actually, who's into scuba diving, goes all the time, and he does a ton of underwater photography, and it's amazing. He has some of the most amazing underwater video. The one thing that he has not been able to do, he's not been able to see a whale shark yet. So I'm really hoping he gets that opportunity at some point, because I want to see that video too. He actually shot some underwater video that the hotel he was staying at asked to use his video on their website. That's how good it was. So really cool stuff there.
Tesla coming down. Be careful. Tesla reversed, went back towards that 210, began up as high as 211.85. Now it's back down towards the low, an important low below here. Will it crack today and Tesla get through the June lows?
Yeah, you can see I've got a short little cute little trend line.
Mm-hmm.
Then if it breaks, yep. We were talking about the trend line still, right?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, just making sure. That if it breaks to the downside, I will look to go short, with first targets being low a day.
Two-thirds of the world.
VIX trading back up now. SOXL, by the way, coming back in now as well. So let's see if it's still early in the day. I know we got a nice little bounce out there. It's 10:30, Mitch. This is normally your reversal time, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get swings. And I think today is one of those markets where I feel like, and this is why I hate that the CPI is released in the pre-market. I would love for it to be released in the actual intraday market where there's liquidity.
You just want more chaos.
You are out of your mind.
I want to play it.
Chaos.
I want to play the move versus watching the move. That's how I can't.
You can play the move in pre-market.
No, you can't. Well, Zunaid, have you ever tried trading that?
Have I tried trading pre-market? Yes.
No, the
many
CPI
times.
Prince.
No, I'm sleeping by then. You know this.
Exactly, because you would have been able to see what? The spread going about $1.50 wide. I don't know about you.
You don't think that's going to change? You don't think, like, come on. If that happens while the market is hot at 9:30,
the spread would be tighter.
Yeah,
the spread would be tighter. I'll give you that. The spread would absolutely be tighter. That I agree with. But there's no way you could still try to trade it with the algos just being 97 steps ahead of you. Come on. There's no way.
I mean, as soon as I saw the number.
Do you trade the Fed minutes at 2? Did you trade it yesterday?
Not the minutes.
No,
I trade the FOMC
meeting.
meeting.
Yeah, the meeting.
Yeah, I'll trade the meeting.
You'll be in the trade, in the meeting as soon as it releases.
No, not on the. I'll react to the price action. We're not going to react to the actual headline, because you can't. By the time you get the headline, you're not going to be able. But I can react to the price action. Straight up move, straight down move. I'm going to be able to react there. And I think
my whole point is, like, when it comes out, is just like the algos are just already eating it up. They've already made their decision. Well, let's take a look at yesterday for fun. Well, I'm sure Tesla, by the way, off of VWAP. Because this was just madness. Where was it? 2 o'clock. You can see the price spike right over here, right? Just kind of straight up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, which way are we even going? You know what I mean? And that's why, to me, it's like these first initial minutes, it's just so tough to figure out what is even going to happen, because the institutions are just trying to digest it and they don't know where they're going to take it. Clearly here with indecision, it was just within a range. It didn't even go anywhere. Look at this. The 30-minute range stayed true the whole day.
So I'll give you the trade that I would have tried to take. So the trade that I would have taken on the SPY is as clear as day that 357 has acted as support. Why not just short off of that 357 when you get that down news, and look how much you would have made? You would have made 7 points off of that.
After the news,
your risk would have been 3. Your risk would have been 3 points to 360.
You're saying you would have gone long?
No, short. On the down break of 357, you go short.
They never broke it.
In the pre-market, 357. Not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about here?
On CPI.
Oh, you're saying if it was traded within the intraday session, that's how you'd have shorted it today.
3-point risk, looking for a move maybe to 350s, and you get what? 7 for 3.
So
It's not too bad.
Mitch, this is the what Zunaid, can you go back to that? Can you go back to that chart you just had there, a SPY? Mitch, correct me if I'm wrong here, because this is the way as you're explaining that, this is the way I think about how this would actually trade. First of all, that break through 356, that big red knife through that purple line that Zunaid has there, in the pre-market, that's going to happen so fast, and it's going to be so spread apart that it's going to be harder to trade. If you fast forward, if that type of action happened in the regular market, I think Mitch's point here is that he'll trade that price action, and maybe he won't get exactly 356 or whatever the number is, because he's trading price action. He might get a little bit, worse of a price as it moves quickly. But because that spread is going to be so much more tightened up, he's actually going to be able to enter and exit that trade much more easily in the regular session than in the pre-market session. That's what I gather from what he's trying to say here.
And who takes advantage of when the spreads go wide?
The market makers.
Done deal.
Rest
my case.
That was simple.
Rest my case. Like, who makes that money when that action, who makes the money? I'll tell you what, it's not the traders.
Well, you're telling me I don't have the power to buy on the bid and sell on the ask?
He's telling you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want, Zunaid. That's what I'm telling you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a disadvantage there for it being in pre-market. There's a anything that happens in pre-market is going to have a disadvantage because it's no liquidity. This is why there's been talks about a 24-hour market for the SPY. This is the exact reason.
Man, I would be on the
Zunaid's
streets.
Like, I would never sleep. I would be trading all the
That's
time.
why I don't pay too much attention to future, because I'm like, bro, like, thankfully I have other things to do in life. But like, man, if I was in college doing this, I'd be like, yo, forget Miss Henny's class. I'm here all day.
Oh, what do you think about Apple short?
Well, I'm already in the Tesla short off of this VWAP. So as soon as this cracks, I'm going to add to my position.
Move.
That's a nice, interesting outlook. I mean, I like it. I'm looking at Apple. It's tried to hold up there, put like a sideways head and shoulders there around the 136 area, a little slightly above that. You can see the right shoulder there. That's that green bar on like a 3 or a 5. You'll see it. Now it's starting to break through the VWAP. If the SPY could really break VWAP, that would be a good sign. Of course, SPY holds VWAP here. You got to be careful.
Yeah, and that's the kind of test that we had, right? To see how it would go above VWAP. Obviously, I left a lot of money on the table because I took like a 50-cent scalp. It went up 2 points, if you will. What were you saying, Ryan?
I feel like 5 Miles about to lose his mind. He's out here asking us about futures trading, asking if anyone trades futures. We all say no. We all give reasons. And then you start talking about SPY trading 24 hours. And he's like, bro, 24-hour for market for SPY is the futures.
He's not wrong. I mean, it's 23, but he's not wrong.
He's right. He's not wrong in the mentality, and that's why the futures market exists. But the big thing with the futures market, it takes a whole nother understanding. And so it's a different ball game. Let's just say that.
And by the way, great shout on SNTIW. I wonder if anyone else shouted this earlier, because we were obviously in other trades and looking at other things. 384, by the way, I did no charting on this today. 384 was a line that already existed from previous charting, and we looked to be pushing to that. This was actually one of the support lines. So SNTI, great shout here. There's already been one move here to the upside. Really, the question is do we approach any of these other levels as we move through 384? So SNTI, good shout there. Was not on my radar today. Does look like it's bouncing here. Remember, some of these smaller cap names might provide some of the best trades for us on a day like today. Although the SOXL was pretty good. Market now, SPY at least here. Let me go to it here. I keep clicking the wrong screen. I'm not used to this setup. SPY here. So we were actually kind of selling off after we got back up there. Sorry here. We were kind of selling back off here, but it looks like we're trying to hold in. Maybe if we can take this out here, what level do I have here? 354. So maybe we can take out 354 to the upside. We can resume on some more upside here.
Come on, Tesla. It's the same as trading. To me, trading the futures is more similar, but again, it's different folks that understand different things and different assets and things like that. But the biggest difference you have to get used to is the leverage that you have in trading futures, right? Where I trade the micros, Because I just started trading futures like maybe 4 months ago. So each, move about 1250 and this, that, and the other. Tesla, I'm hoping this just breaks to the downside. And if the SPY goes in and cracks the VWAP, we could be in for a fun time.
Sawyer.
No.
Let me take this here real quick, Mitch. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Sawyer saying, guys, we've hit the 50-day moving average on the monthly SPY chart. So the 50-month moving average is what that is. And personally, I've been seeing that as a potential bottom. Sawyer, I'm going to reiterate something that Dennis said earlier today on pre-market prep. I'm not brave enough to call the bottom. He said that he wasn't either. I'll totally honest, I'm not either. One of the things that I've been looking for in terms of actual levels on the SPY is going to be that pre-pandemic high, right? So if we look out to the left here on a daily chart, all right, that pre-pandemic high is 340. This area right here on the chart, right before we sold off before the pandemic, 340. We're currently at 352. I have to think this gap between 352 and 340 gets filled. And actually, if we have really bad days where the market just wants to seemingly sell everything, I think 320 would be a potential spot for this market to bounce. Now, one of the other things that we've discussed here on the happy hour, and if you haven't checked out the happy hour, please do me a favor and click on the free 2-week trial for Benzinga Pro in the description below, and you'll have access to the happy hour show. One of the things those traders have been saying, we've got a lot of fundamental traders as well as chartists. One of the things that those traders have been saying is that it's possible that we actually see a bear market rally bounce move after the midterms, which remember the midterms are at the beginning of November, and you might get some stocks in November and December that trade a little bit better to the upside, only to have the market reverse and retest and reprint lows in 2023. Because Mitch, weren't you talking about demand destruction earlier today on pre-market prep? We are not going to see that demand destruction until next year, but it is going to be ferocious. That's my call.
All right, Zunaid, do you want to do a little recap of your trading today before we get on out of here? We got about 4 minutes left.
Sure can. Taking a look at Tesla, we've had a lot of nice trades. One of them, thanks to Ryan and his LASE. He's going to go over that one possibly.
And Zoltan.
Yep, Zoltan making that happen. For me right now, I'm in this Tesla trade. Matter of fact, let me go to the SPY trade that we had. We had a breakout above this level that I had, which was above VWAP. We tested it, so that's where I went ahead and went long. Made some money on the upside here. I think we got maybe about, I think each contract went up about $100, $150. So we made money on that. Then I went ahead and scalped this to the long side just to test the theory out. Obviously, I could have held it longer, but that's okay. And that's kind of moving to the long side. Now on Tesla, I am short off of this VWAP. My stop loss is going to be above 210. But if we go ahead and break this trend line on the 5-minute down, and we break it, I would look to go short with my first target being low of day around 206.50. Ryan?
I'm sorry, I was catching up with the chat here real quick. 5 Mile, awesome that you joined us. Great, it says great stream, guys, 100%. Hopefully we'll see you back, my man. You should be able to derive things about the futures market from the discussions that we have here on a daily basis. So thanks for joining us today. Hope to see you back.
And if you want to talk about futures, sorry, real quick, Monday, 11 o'clock, tune in. I'll have futures traded with Ninja Trader here on this stream.
Boom. Boom, boom. Dan, great to see you here again. Dan says, good job today, guys. We set the mood right. Dan, one of the things, I'm glad that you said this, and I'm glad that you noticed this, because one of the things that I've been doing when we've really seen some of these poor market days is I've really kind of dialed things back or not traded at all. And I didn't want to do that today. I didn't want to rush out into trades. I didn't want to take anything super dangerous, but I did want to make sure that we can kind of play what's going on. And we were presented opportunities, even in the face of this really bad day. We were presented some opportunities. We were able to take advantage of them. So I'm thrilled that you noticed that. That was actually one of my goals here this morning. So.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll start wrapping up here, team. Like always, we're going to keep battling, like always, trying to get you guys strategy, outlooks. Even though sometimes one of us will lose, you guys can learn from our losses also. I took a bigger shot on Starbucks today and paid the price. And so one thing I always say is learn from our strengths and our weaknesses, right?
Absolutely.
That's one thing that you want to be doing. You want to be doing your own SWOT analysis, strengths, weakness, targets, and opportunities, right? We want to be getting after what we can do to become better traders. That's what this show's about. That's why we try to focus on process. We're not here to show off the Lamborghini that Zunaid owns and takes to his esports events, but We might just be here to help you guys become better traders overall. That's what we're
Well said.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll wrap up. And up next, you guys get the inside scoop into the New York Stock Exchange. You guys see me?
Nice.
You see me? You guys want to check me out? This is coming up next. Don't miss it. Starting at 10:45. You don't got to go anywhere. This will redirect you right to the video. I'll see you guys over there. Let me know what you guys thought of my New York Stock Exchange video. Of course, Chris Ketchy, Jay Woods. Come get the history. The FOMC meeting is about to begin. The tension, the volatility, and the emotion. You could still feel it on the floor. Come check it out.
Check